Hi everyone, and Nicholas here. In this video, we're going to be learning about accents. Before we start this video, please make sure that you all please like this video, please. Subscribe to the channel, please. Follow me on my Instagram, and yeah. So, what are accents? Let's get this elephant out of the room. Accents in Brazilian Portuguese. A lot of accents in Brazilian Portuguese are the marks that are on top of the vowels. In Brazilian Portuguese, you're not going to see them on top of the consonants, but you're always going to see them on top of the vowels in Brazilian Portuguese. So what they do is they make the letter sound more stronger. Some of them might sound more deeper. Some of them might sound more higher, or, you know, more nasally or more closed. So it depends on what kind of accents that you see that are on top of the vowels in Brazilian Portuguese for that to happen, for those letters or for those words to be pronounced like that. There's a lot of them in Brazilian Portuguese, but we have some examples here that I put up at the board for us to do. So, just want to take a minute here and thank you for all the support over on the channel lately. I have channels I have to focus on doing, other channels that I'm trying to put out videos. But again, just gonna start off by saying thank you for all the support that you all have been giving to the channel, so this channel. But yeah. Alright, so there's a demonstration here I want to show y'all here before we get into the video. The demonstration is on the piano. What you're going to learn is about the accents, the exercise of accents. So if you realize right here, when you say the words in Brazilian Portuguese, you would say them like, you know, if there's an accent on top of them. And a part of doing that are some words that would have accents. It'll make them stronger, you know, like higher or lower. So I'm going to show you here real quick. So this is the regular one without the accents. It would be like, let's repeat after me, even though I'm not a music teacher. See. Alright, now watch this. Do this here. I'm gonna go right here. I'm going to do this one. 3, accent time. Woo! See how different it is? It's so high now. So you know what I mean? So it makes it more higher. It keeps going higher. 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 So you know what I mean? It just makes it with the accent. It would be like. Without the accents, it's gonna be like. You know what I mean? That's what it does in Brazilian Portuguese. It transposes. It's like when you're transposing chords in music. But again, I'm not a music teacher. I'm a Portuguese teacher. Just to get that out of the way, I just wanted to show y'all that a little bit. But let's get on with the video here. Accents in Brazilian Portuguese. Acentos. 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 A-C-E-N-T-O-S. Acentos. Acentos. A-C-E-N-T-O-S. Acentos. Acentos. Keep in mind that there's an S at the end right there if it's a plural. If it is not a plural, you will not have an S at the end. So keep in mind that it's not a plural. There's only one accent, but yeah. The first accent that I'm going to be teaching you right here is called acento agudo. Acento agudo. So what this accent is, it goes on top of the vowels like that. You're not going to see an accent like that underneath the vowels, or you're not going to see it on top of a consonant. You're not going to see it on those consonants. But they're only on top of the vowels. This one makes it more like an open sound. So if you look right here, it makes it more like an ah, eh, e, ah, ooh. So all those vowels here in Brazilian Portuguese more stronger if there's an accent on top of them, because more like an open sound and stronger sound. It does not make it a regular A, like or stronger with some of the words in Brazilian Portuguese, which I have some examples up here for y'all. Coffee in Brazilian Portuguese. Café. Café. The only accent on this word right here is on top of the E. So the E makes it more like an E. Café. Café. The letter E makes it more like an eh sound. You're not going to see it pronounced without the E, because if it is, it's going to be weird. It's going to be different. So it makes it more like an eh sound, stronger. This is how you would spell it in Brazilian Portuguese. C-A-F-E. And remember that this E up there has an accent. More like an eh sound. Café. Café. Again, C-A-F-E. And there's an accent on top of that E. Café. Café. So yeah, so that's what this accent does. It makes it more like a strong and open sound. Alright, our next accent up here we're going to be learning is called acento circunflexo. Oh boy, that's a big one, right? Acento circunflexo. So this one is the opposite of the last one. Remember that I talked about it was a more open sound? Guess what? It's a more closed sound. Woo! We're closing it, baby. This time, instead of saying eh, like the words that I taught you up there, you're closing the vowel sounds to make it different. So you're not going to say like all those vowels up there. You're going to be saying it e, o, oo. So all those vowels up there that you just saw here, you would pronounce them more closed. Not going to pronounce it like the open vowel sounds that I taught you last time. Some examples here. Traffic in Brazilian Portuguese. Trânsito. Trânsito. T-R-A. And remember that this A right here has an accent. There's an accent on top of this A. N-S-I-T-O. Trânsito. Trânsito. So you're pronouncing it more like a closed vowel sound right there. Trânsito. That's how you would say traffic in Brazilian Portuguese. T-R-A. That A has an accent on top of that. N-S-I-T-O. Trânsito. Trânsito. Alright, next one right here, another example that I have up here. If you remember during our pronoun series this year in January, talked about this. You in Brazilian Portuguese. Você. Você. V-O-C-E. And that's the E that has the accent on top of that E. Você. It makes it more like an E sound because of the accent. Você. Você. So you're pronouncing it like an E sound. Você. Which means you. Makes a more closed sound. You're not going to see it make an open sound anymore because it's now like with the party hat. So if you see a party hat on top of the vowels, that is accents that makes it more like a closed vowel sound when you are saying those words. Right, the last accent right there is acento tio. Acento tio. This time, we are going to be nozzling, making the sound more like a nozzle sound. This accent's like a wave on top of the vowels. It makes it more like a nozzle sound, nozzling the sound of the vowels. Some examples here. Apple in Brazilian Portuguese. Maçã. Maçã. M-A-C. This C here has a C with the cedilha. A. This A, you do have the accent, which is the one makes it more like a nozzle sound, the till accent. So do not have it on after the M here. We have it on the other one right there after this C right there. Makes it more like an sound. You're not going to see it or hear it. You're saying it massa. You're not going to have it like massa. You're not going to pronounce that letter A at the end with like a regular A. You're going to pronounce it more like an sound. Ba. That's good. Here, it changes. Sa. Ma. Sa. That A right there, the last A, has an sound. It's not going to be pronounced a regular A. Another example up here, no in Portuguese. No. No. This is the example I was giving it a little bit. A good example here, if I have it without the accent, it will be now. Now. It's not going to make any sense if you say now without the accent on top of the A. So this one makes like more nasal sound. It makes it like an sound. No. No. N. A. This A has an accent like a nasal one, the till one. Oh. No. No. So yeah, so that's what it does right there. It's more like an sound. So yeah, that's what it does there. We're going to make another video talking about the letter C's. Editor Nicholas here, and the second part of this video would be with the Sigillia, but I ended up cutting this video short because I ran out of time for me to edit it, and it consumed so many hours and minutes for me to edit it, so I didn't have enough time, so I thought that this is a good checkpoint for me to stop. But we will continue with this part of the lesson, part 2, next week on the 13th. Alright, well, this is going to conclude our video here. Thank you very much for watching, for all the support. Please make sure that y'all please like this video, please. Subscribe to the channel. Well, on top of that, follow me over on my Instagram. Thank you for all the support again. See you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.